Hi, Barbara.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for coming.
Well, I had to come by. I was here the other day for your open house,
Yeah.
and I said, got to go back.
Okay.
and talk to
Awesome.
you.
Awesome. Thank you for coming to the open house. That was really fun. Yeah.
Well, I would like you to show me around.
Okay. Sure. So, as you recall, I told you that this is a 1780 historic home. It's on the National Registry of Historic Homes, and I recently purchased it. And I wanted to set it up as a shop for myself, my products, as well as to share it with folks in Littleton, small artisans, people who run small businesses to come and
Very
share
good.
the space.
I did see that there were some people here selling their wares,
Yeah.
and had some really nice things.
Yes, and
And I know you do too.
thank you.
But
Yeah.
at any rate, this is you have beautiful rooms.
Thank you.
By the
Thank
way.
you.
And I do know that your theme is peacocks, right?
Yeah. So my small business, I make scarves from fabrics in India, and peacock. My brand is called Mayil. Mayil means peacock in my language. I speak Tamil, which is one of the oldest languages still spoken in the world today.
I wondered about the sign outside
Yeah.
because I thought, I wonder if it's someone's name or why you chose
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So now I know it's because of peacocks.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
And it is a national bird in India as well, and it is there in a lot of our mythological stories. And beautiful bird.
Yes,
And,
for sure.
yeah.
And your outfit there
Yeah.
is,
Also,
peacock
yeah.
inspired, isn't it?
Yeah. So this is a poncho. I make a lot of my products from Indian saris. Saris is what we wear in India.
Yes.
All the time, my mom, grandmother, everybody used to wear a sari every day. It'll be like a cotton one for everyday use, a fancy silk one which we can showcase later for weddings and stuff. And so I buy new saris and I cut them up to smaller sizes to make scarves. I employ 4 women in India, so I help them as well earn a living, and I'm happy to share the colors and the fabrics of India to everybody here in Littleton.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yes. And so you design your own fabrics?
I really don't design the fabric because there's like already designed hundreds of fabrics, and I just pick and choose things which work well for our living here. Smaller size scarves to kind of wear on the neck, pop of color, larger ones for winter, and then summertime nobody wants to wear a scarf, but I have other products like that. This is like a beach cover up as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think it would look great just wearing it anytime.
Yeah.
Yes. So, what is your dream actually?
Yeah. So I always wanted to have a shop, and I feel other people, maybe in Littleton, local artists, would also like to have a shop. And when in the past I would be a vendor in a lot of fairs, it was really fun. And I feel those vendors in the winter time would like to be inside and showcase their art as well. So I kept this room for that purpose. There's some more extra space if needed. I'm willing to share the space a lot with everybody in Littleton. And it is different from a co-op. It's not like a co-op. In a co-op, everybody is permanently selling and then there's somebody managing it. This is more like pop-up concept where you pop up for the day or you pop up for 2 days. You pop up with a bunch of like-minded, similar art people. For example, I would try to have a cheese market. I know there's somebody who sells cheese in Littleton. I would reach out to them and have once a month cheese market. And along with that, maybe I would invite people who make sauces or olive oils and home, what they do as their passion. I would bring them together here, and I feel that'll be a nice way of sharing the space as well as
It's
bringing community together.
And it's kind of like what you were talking about where you used to go out to do this. And so they have a place. So what is the limit that they can, I imagine they're renting the space.
Yeah, they would rent a space.
And what's the limit for staying or coming? Because can you come back other times?
It's a learning experience, right? And I don't know what the town people need or what vendors would need. I'm going to start off with, hey, rent it for a day. And then if you want to rent it 2-3 days, so you get enough publicity for people to come in, I'd be happy to do that as well. So I'm going to let it run by itself and evolve as it is. For me, it's not all about making the money. I did put a lot of money into this building.
I can imagine.
I had to redo the walls, fireproof them to 45-minute fire rating, and redo the plumbing. So. But then I made a beautiful place. I'm very happy about it. I'm happy to be in my shop and share the space with everybody else.
Can we take a little tour?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So welcome to Mayil shop. So before I start showing the shop, I want to give a shout out to my builder, Brian Lurvy. He grew up in Littleton. I think Lurvy family lives here as well now. He lives on Snow Drive, and he did a fantastic job helping me with everything. And Tim, the person who did a lot of the woodwork as well. I would like to shout out to them.
You know, I like that you've left some of the building as it was. So originally, actually.
Yeah, true. So there was a big chimney here. This was the kitchen of the building, and there was like a small eat-in area. The room we just came out of was the dining room, and there was a living room on the other side, 2 bedrooms upstairs. So there was like a wood stove and an old chimney, which would have been nice to leave as is, but then I felt I needed the space for my shop, so I saved the brick and we put it here, used the old wood here.
Nice.
All the beams are from the house, old wood from the
I like the mirror over there anyway.
So I'll explain to you a little bit about the mirror concept. When we shop in India, my great-grandfather used to have a sari shop in India, which I didn't know that time, but now I have learned about it. But when we shop in India, the saris are stacked up in cupboards like that, and there is a mirror, and there's a table or like a desk, and there are salespeople standing behind you, and they take out the sari, and then they drape it on you, and then you have a mirror to look to see if you like it, and you purchase it.
Yeah, and you were talking something about maybe people could come in and have a sari.
Yes.
Party or something.
Sari night. Well, I am hoping to showcase the culture, traditions of India as well. Over here, my friend Arpita, who runs Gurukul, is also going to be doing stuff in this building. For example, I would do a sari night where if you had a sari, somebody gifted you and you want to wear it, drape it, you'd come over with your sari, and if you didn't have a sari, you'd take one from my collection, and it'd just be a nice ladies' night. If the men want to do a different type of night with the other Indian outfits men wear, it is also a long piece of cloth which they just drape around.
That's interesting.
We would do that too. So, yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm a scarf person. I have many.
You are wearing a beautiful scarf as well.
And I don't think you could ever have enough
True.
scarves.
Yes.
And you have a different type than I have, you know, in colors and stuff.
Yeah.
So I know I'm going to have to
Come shopping?
Yes.
Yeah. But let me show you what I designed and came up with the concept. I try to be sustainable in all practices. So I have this scarf, which is I call it Mayil 1663. Just because I want to throw in some numbers. But it is 16 inches wide.
Wow.
63 inches long. It's very lightweight, as you can see, and kind of fun. And then it comes with its own little travel pouch.
I like that.
So,
but this is such a pretty
isn't
design and scarf color.
So the fun part is shopping, right? I shop for these fabrics. I go meet the weavers, and I learn every time I go. I learn a little bit more about my cultural heritage. Different parts of my country have different type of fabrics.
Yeah.
And for example, this one is from Orissa, where they make ikats. You may have heard about ikats, but in 2 different states, the ikat pattern is very different. In ikat, what they do is they tie and dye the thread before they weave. So it's always fuzzy, but it is double-sided as a fabric. So I learned all that as part of my exploration of heritage textiles, and I hope to share that as well.
Wow.
In this space here.
Well, I like the whole thing. This would be my scarf cabinet.
Everybody needs a scarf cabinet,
of course.
I think. So I also have antiques which I have collected during my travels, and I would showcase them. And if people want to do some interior decoration with Indian fabrics and antiques, I'd be happy to help them as well.
Well, I see that you have elephants up there, and you should have the trunk up, right?
Yes, the trunk up is lucky. Basically, it's lifting the trunk up to bless you.
Oh.
Right? So, in every Hindu temple, while growing up, there will be an elephant, which is the elephant of the temple. And we'll go running happily, give it some peanuts and get blessings from the elephant. And it still is going on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so elephants are lucky. Well, we have a lot of things we say lucky, but elephant is definitely one of them. The banana plant, my friend gave me that. It's auspicious in India to have a banana plant in all weddings. So she gifted me a banana plant.
Nice.
I think she took better care of it than I did, but it'll get better. And you can chop off the banana plant and it comes back.
Okay.
So, I guess it's not used to winter.
How sad. Well, you never know. It'll adjust.
Yeah.
Because I have a southern magnolia in my yard. And had it 30 years.
Wow.
But he hasn't flowered.
Oh, my magnolia flowers a lot.
Oh.
I don't know if it's a dogwood or magnolia. Is there a difference? I don't know. But I have lived more than half my life in Littleton. I love Littleton. And I've been part of the parade committee, the 300-year celebration. I was in the parade committee, and we did an Indian float. I don't know if people remember the Indian float, with a lot of dancers and color. And I've been on the sustainability committee. I hope to be very sustainable in my business as much as I can.
Nice. I hope so too.
Yeah. So this is an antique tapestry. It's probably more than 50 years old, as you can see. It's kind of coming out. But look at the artwork and gold threads, and there's a lot of gold threads and silver threads in all our fabrics. We have flower embroideries from the northern part of India, where somebody has embroidered these beautiful flowers. You can see the pencil lines they've drawn, and then they. So I hope people can gather and do some embroidery or share their talents in different ways.
Well, we might be seeing a lot of those around town.
Yeah.
When you go to Donlands, they'll be sorry.
Yeah. So, did you want me to show you a sari? Would that be of interest? A sari is more than 5.5 to 6 yards of fabric. This one is a silk sari. And usually it has like a different type of border which drapes over you in front, and then it's pleated here, and I look forward to sharing that experience at some point. But as you can see, it's just one long piece of fabric which goes on and on and on and on. And look at the beautiful blue.
Beautiful. And mixing these colors, I was just thinking something. I like these colors.
Yeah. So you wouldn't think that this brick orange, just brown, would go with blue, but it does. And
So you go to India to pick up the fabric?
Yeah. I also have women in India doing the final touches. They kind of work in their home environment, mother's hours. no pressure. They make a lot of extra money by sewing, but it's good for them. I feel they can send out their kids to school, and if they have 2-3 hours in the afternoon, I supply the sewing machine, the thread, or the fabrics. So, and then if they feel like sewing other things, they're free to do that as well. So, it's a nice environment, I think.
Well, is there more that you would like to bring to our attention?
I would love to share the wall.
Perfect. Perfect.
So Barbara, I just wanted to show you this wall, which, you know, I think is a beautiful piece of history. When I had to take down the walls to make it fire rated for commercial purposes, this wall was upstairs and they were going to just cover it up, and a lot of the walls were like this. Every wall was like this. So I had Brian cut out a piece of this wall, and I said, let's put it out here. And actually I should give credit to my husband, because he said, hey, let's save the wall. Right?
Good.
And
Good idea.
yeah, so
Really?
now it's here, and it's a showpiece, but it also shows people that in late 1700 they didn't have fancy tools. So they would use axes, I think, to chop and make the slats and the supporting boards.
Wow.
And when we go upstairs, I'll show you the wall of the 1800s, which also I left a small bit exposed. I think this part was late 1700s, and this part of the building is 1800s.
Yeah.
And it,
Okay, well, this is great to see. I'm glad you saved it.
So Barbara, did you notice this banister? Isn't it beautiful? Really old. I think I can feel the handprints of everybody who went up there. Shall we go upstairs?
Sure.
Cut or... Actually, I found it in a vintage market, but we made it into
I love all the style.
yeah, I'm very happy with the way it came out.
This was fun.
It was fun. Yeah, I could keep on talking, but
I want to come back and,
Yeah.
bring some other people to show when
Yeah.
you're ready to,
definitely.
do something
Yeah,
with
I
vendors.
welcome everybody to Littleton. If you're a vendor and you're a small business, would like to showcase and have the space, feel free to reach out to me. The website is 20meetinghouse.com.
Good.
All the details are there as well. It's a work in progress, but everything is work in progress. in
Right,
life,
right. I mean, it's very new, but as soon as I saw it, I thought, probably because of your scarves.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm so attached. But, I thought people should see what you're trying to do right
Yeah.
now. Good. Well, sounds
Okay.
good. And I appreciate you coming on the show
Yeah, thank
and
you.
opening this also. So I'll grab my things.
Yeah, thanks Barbara once again for showcasing
Well,
the space for me, and hopefully we'll work together again, do some other cultural sharing as well.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, thank you. And I'll be seeing you again, I'm sure.
Yeah, okay. Have a good day. Bye.